do 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 do. What's going on? What happened? What happened, man? I needs to know. Do 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 you do huh do 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 do. Stream went down, boom boom boom. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. No, we don't. Stream went down. Do do do. That's okay, cause we back in the game. We gonna do our thing. Doom doom. Yes, it's Mario celebration. Let's come and sing. Boom 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 boom. Ba boom ba 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 boom 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 boom. I'm just fixing this messed up stream. Let's go. Boom boom. Ba boom ba boom 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 boom. Ba boom ba boom 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 boom. Ba boom 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 boom. Where is my thing? I don't see. La 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 la. Where are you? Where you at? There you go. Okay. Save you. Yeah. Turn you on. Yeah. Save you. Yeah. Do 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 do. 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 Wait, where's my chat? Where's my chat at, bruh? Oh no. Bruh. What is going on? Is my mouse dying? I don't got time for this. Bruh. Bruh. Turn this thing on and all hell breaks loose. Switching mice. Switching my mice. Alright, there we go. Back in the game. Nobody asked for no keyboard. Alright. Can we get back to where we were? Anybody here? I can't see right now. I need to get back. No, I don't want details. Just give me the... This mouse is like super sensitive. I can't keep up with it. No, we want the video. I'm just gonna go this way. Annoying. Alright. Popping in. Alright, now this should do it. What's up, y'all? I couldn't see you for a minute. Happy Mario Day. At least what's left of it. Stormtrooper of Doom. I gotta make this bigger. I can't see. Pop out the chat. There we go. All right. Here we go. Stormtrooper of Doom. Yo. Nintendo guy, happy Mario Day. T, happy Mario Day to you, Nintendo guy. And G-Tech Retro, what would you say is your all-time favorite console? You must not know me, G-Tech. My all-time favorite console, well, I'm not even going to tell you. I'm just going to show you. Well, I'll grab the closest one, even though this isn't exactly the model I would like to show you. But here's my all-time favorite console, the N64. I'm sure we'll talk about that in a minute. But big outs to that man Mario. I wanted to get a video out before Mario 10 went away. I've had a trying day, but I refused to go down without a fight. So it's been a tough day, and I wasn't gonna let Mario Day go by and not celebrate my man. As you can see, I'm rocking my Mario tee. Got my Mario tee wearing the Mario tee. Let's go. All right. And this mouse is driving me crazy. And my stream died, as you guys, I'm sure you knew or know. And we're not going to be here too long, but we're going to celebrate some Mario into Mario or Mar 11. So let's do that. Why does that look weird? I don't know. Maybe because it's minimized. But yeah, shout out to my homeboy Mario, my favorite game character of all time, the greatest gaming character of all time, and I'll explain why. Not that I have to. I'm sure you guys know why Mario is the best. He clearly is the best, because he brought other people to the game or other characters to the game. But once for Mario, you had so many characters. I'm gonna try to do this without screwing up something here. Here, I'll put it behind my camera. Let's see if that. I'm trying to get that out of the way. All right, that seemed to work. Uh-oh, don't move, camera. Don't move. What was I saying? Yeah. Mario brought other guys to the other boys to the yard, kind of like Milkshake. But anyway, celebrating Mario. I'm pretty sure he wasn't called Mario right away. Obviously, this is also the 40th anniversary of Donkey Kong, and you probably won't hear anything from Nintendo about that. But 40 years is pretty big. But maybe Nintendo will surprise us with a 3D Donkey Kong game this year. That would be phenomenal. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but I would be blown away by that. But there's so many, Nintendo has so many characters. They're celebrating anniversaries because obviously this is Zelda's 35th. So, but let's talk about Mario, man. Mario is that dude. Like I said, he first showed up in Donkey Kong in 1981. First called Jumpman. I'm not sure when in there he got his name, his actual name. But not too long after, the story. Nintendo named him after the building supervisor when they first came in New York. Their first building that they had in New York, Mario was their building soup, if I'm not mistaken. And so they named their character Mario. And obviously, 2 characters came out of that game, Donkey Kong. Well, 3 if you count Paulina. Right, that's her name? Wasn't she Paulina in Donkey Kong? So you had those characters, and they went on to be iconic, obviously. But let's start off with that boy. Actually, let's start off with how we first really saw him, and that is the 8-bit version of Mario. This is from Mario's 30th anniversary, which I would say was better than his 35th, because we got that nice amiibo there. And I haven't opened that one up yet, but most of my amiibos are open. I slid a slot in the side and pull them out that way, like I did this one. So this is Mario before he gets his mushroom, and I want to talk about that because I think a lot of people either don't remember or just don't know the many ways that Mario, the character, was inspired. So Nintendo first wanted to make a Popeye game, and they eventually did, but I think they couldn't get the rights at the time, or something went down. If you guys know, put it in the chat here. But Mario, if you don't understand it, and his basically his world um, does take something from Popeye, and that's nothing new. Nintendo, especially Miyamoto, who is the creator of Mario, often finds inspirations from other things, and I don't know, I can't really confirm this, but it just seems really obvious to me because I know Miyamoto is a fan of Popeye, and like I said, they wanted to make a Popeye game for Nintendo. For was it for arcades? But something happened. I think the rights or something they couldn't get at the time. But if you think about Mario the character and his arch nemesis Bowser, should I turn this light off? It looks a little bright. I feel like if I turn it off, I guess that's fine. Um, his arch nemesis Bowser, they very much share similarities. Mario and Bowser share similarities with Popeye and Bluto, because Bluto is a big brutish character. Um, he, I wouldn't say he's dumb, but he has this kind of simpleness to his character, his personality, and he's kind of big and brutish. And I'm very sure Bowser's character was designed after Bluto, and Mario's character in some ways was designed after Popeye, because Popeye is, kind of an everyman sailor. That was his thing. Obviously, Mario's thing was plumbing at the time, but Popeye had this power that he would get from spinach. He'd get stronger. Obviously, his forearms would get bigger and whatnot. He'd be strong. But Mario, very simple, also has his vegetable of choice, which is the super mushroom. And I'm very sure, and like again, I can't really verify this in any way, but it's just me thinking of Miyamoto and his inspirations. I think this is definitely these characters are definitely designed, influenced by Popeye and Bluto, and then Olive Oil, obviously, damsel in distress that she is, and Peach was. She's not as damselly, but she still kind of is, but obviously the love interest of Bluto and Popeye was Olive Oil, and the love interest of Mario and Bowser is Princess Peach. So that whole that whole triangle, that whole dynamic, I think Miyamoto definitely was influenced by that. And Nintendo eventually went on to make a Popeye game, which is pretty cool. I like it a lot. Used to play the crap out of it on NES. So, but yeah, so there's some history with that. And obviously, the big game. I don't have the cart with me here. I couldn't find it in time. Like I said, it's been a crazy day, so I had to rush and do a lot of things. But his first game, Super Mario Brothers, blew everything away. Introduced his brother, Luigi. Luigi there, and introduced the dynamic of Bowser. That's where Bowser first showed up. But I would say some of the characters in that world came in Mario Brothers, which is Mario and Luigi. Luigi wasn't introduced in Super Mario Brothers. He was introduced in Mario Brothers. They were both plumbers under, in the sewer, and so you had very much Koopa Troopa like characters and whatnot popping in, and a lot of those ideas started to stem from that game. So the enemies and whatnot that Mario would face. So yeah, I mean that's the history of that. Super Mario Brothers. Who doesn't know that theme, that iconic dun 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 dun. We all know, we all love it. It is greatness. Very hummable. I find myself humming it all the time, even to this day. Great music from Koji Kondo, who is a legend. My favorite, because he makes my favorite video game music ever. It's just music ever. So Koji Kondo is that dude. And like I said, Mario influenced other characters, but he also influenced Nintendo characters as well. Mario and uh, uh, the Legend of Zelda series. So the Mario series and the Legend of Zelda series kind of, share things. A lot of times they have the same engine. They run on the same engine. Obviously, some variations to it, but Koji Kondo does music for both. And one of the most iconic little music music tracks. I guess it's a track from the flute in Super Mario. Which one was it? Super Mario Brothers 3, and the flute from Legend of Zelda, which went on to be the theme music for Ocarina of Time. So you have that flute, that the warp flute from Super Mario Brothers 3, which is an amazing game. Was my favorite Mario. Probably still is. I'm not sure. I go back and forth between that and Super Mario World. Oh, I just dropped my cart. This lovely gem here for the Super Nintendo. Let's see if I can grab that. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? Oh, there you go. Drop it again. All right, there we go. Memory card. But yeah, that iconic da, 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 the flute sound. I couldn't remember which was first, but obviously Zelda, Legend of Zelda had it first, but they share it. And so that flute da, 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 became the theme, some music for Ocarina of Time, or Ocarina of Time. Da, 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 da. It's probably my favorite musical score, favorite musical piece from that series. But like I said, Zelda and Mario share that. And then obviously in Ocarina of Time, if you look in the castle and Hyrule Castle, in the windows you can see Mario portraits and pictures on the wall. So, like I said, they share a lot. And Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, has started off in this the same engine as Super Mario 64. So again, they share engines. But this is about Mario, like I said. So Mario 2 came out, and you got we didn't get Super Mario Brothers 2 here in the West. We got Doki Doki Panic with Mario Brothers character slammed on, which I like. I like it better than Mario 2, because Mario 2 was kind of more of the same. Master Yoshi's in the house. Just popped in to say Happy Mario Day, Mrs. T, and I'm going to sleep now. Good night. Good night. Thanks for popping in. You can catch the rest of this later. Yeah. So Doki Doki Panic, which is Super Mario Brothers 2, which is, used to be considered the black sheep. I don't think it is anymore. It's an awesome Mario game. It's very different, obviously, because it wasn't supposed to be Mario. But they implemented stuff that we still have in Mario games today. And enemies as well. One of the most popular, most famous is the Shy Guys. So, very cool. So I love that game equally in the series. And I would say I tried to find it before I got in here. Like I said, I was rushing. It's been a day. My copy of Super Mario All-Stars for Super Nintendo. I tend to like to play the All-Stars version of 2 and 3 more than the original versions. But I still, I don't know if I prefer, I don't mind playing the original version of Super Mario Brothers, because it's just so ingrained in my brain that I don't mind playing it that way. But then along came this fantastic masterpiece for Super Nintendo, and that is Super Mario World. It's great. I mean, I was a Sega kid at the time Super Mario and World came out with Super Nintendo. I had a Genesis. I didn't get a Super Nintendo until like a year later, the following Christmas. And it was a painful wait. But when I saw, those giant sprites, those giant bullet bills fly across the screen, I was like, this is amazing. Graphics will never get any better. And they didn't. So it was amazing to see. And Mario, the character, he expanded. Not as much. I mean, he was in golf games. It wasn't called Mario Golf yet. I think the first Mario Golf was on Game Boy. I can't remember what year it was. Mario World is my favorite, says Slane Red. Yeah, I can't argue with that. I go back and forth. Super Mario 3, and Super Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario World. It's probably World. If you twisted my arm, it'd probably be World. Oh yeah, I'll definitely be watching this later after I wake up from mortal sleep, says Master Yoshi. All right, my man. Thanks again for joining. But yeah, if you twisted my arm, it would probably be Mario World. It's just so creative and inventive of a game. I still go back to it all the time. It's great. That's the secrets, the keys, the keyholes that swallow you. Just all that stuff is great. It's a great game. Again, amazing music from Koji. He's the best. He's the best. So, but like I said, Mario started to expand a bit. Technically, he was in Punch Out as the ref, but I don't know if he was credited, if you will, but he might have been. Storm Trooper of Doom. My first Nintendo game was Tetris Sun Game Boy. Wait, I think there's some typos there. Maybe first Mario game was Super Mario Land. Oh, Super Mario Land is also great. I might not have mentioned that had it not been for you. But yeah, that was one of the first games I got from my Game Boy. Was Super Mario Land. Fantastic. I loved it to death. Very different, but still. Love that game. I keep going. I love that game. Love it. And I lost track of but yeah, like I said, Mario started to expand, but he didn't really completely expand until late Super Nintendo when he showed up in Super Mario RPG, which was the Legend of the Seven Stars. Fantastic game, joint venture. I think Square mostly developed it, but it was a joint venture because they're using Nintendo characters, and that's when he started to expand more. And how can I forget Super Mario Kart for Super Nintendo? That's when they said, "Oh, Mario doesn't just have to be in Mario games, leading Mario games. He can do all this other stuff too." But that really started to expand. Sure, he had little cameos, kind of uncredited cameos in other games, but that really started to expand on my favorite game system of all time. And I really should have. I'm just gonna pull this one out. As I mentioned earlier, my favorite game console of all time. It's a little dusty down here. It's hard to tell how much dust is on something until you're about to present it. I was just playing it too. It's not like I don't play it. This beauty right here, the Nintendo 64, is when Mario really blew open as a character and started showing up in other things like Mario Tennis and one of my favorite games of all time, the lovely Mario Golf. I've said it a million times. This game taught me the game of golf. I did not know or understand golf at all until I played this game, and I only played it because it had Mario. It was Mario in it, and I was like, okay, well, if Mario is endorsing golf, I should give it a shot. So it can't be that hard to figure out and learn and play, and it wasn't. It was well uh, uh, very well explained in this game, and I became a fan. Very good, and the game is not easy. It's not an easy game. It starts off pretty, I wouldn't say hard, but pretty challenging even in the beginning of it. But you get better. You start to understand, the wind and your handicaps, and you just start to figure it out. Putting was the hardest thing for me to figure out at first, but I figured it out eventually. And understanding how to use different drivers and all that stuff. I just learned about golf because of that game. And Mario RPG basically led into this wonderful series, Paper Mario. Different, but it was still an RPG of similar ilk. Would have started the whole paper kind of art style, which was great. And I can't continue on without mentioning the goat of the N64. That is Super Mario 64. Mario made the transition to 3D beautifully. We weren't sure. Nobody was sure because 3D games were not really that good at all before Super Mario 64. And they said, this is how you do a character run around with a character in 3D. Mario, it took Mario to show us that, and it was just mind blowing and industry changing. With the camera work and just having this cool adventure, this playhouse, going through the castle and just going into different worlds. Just a beautiful design, so beautiful that they almost did that with Ocarina of Time until they realized they can get more out of the N64 and get bigger worlds. So I'm glad they actually did that. I don't want Ocarina of Time to be, so similar to Mario 64, which you have, you go into Ganon's castle. That's basically how it was, and you go to different worlds that way. There's still some remnants of that. If you go to, I think it's the Forest Temple, and you fight Phantom Ganon. Phantom Ganon, that whole fight is a kind of homage to what the game was originally started out as, where you would jump through paintings, and that's how you fight Phantom Ganon. He comes out of those paintings and stuff. So again, more Mario and Zelda connections. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, Mario influenced other characters, and not any. He also influenced hardware. I'm sure N64 had a lot. Its abilities and what had a lot to do with what they wanted to do with Mario. But Mario the character, like I said, he got into some kart racing. This is the B Dasher kart from Mario Kart DS, which was my favorite Mario Kart until Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart DS, I loved it. I still love it. It was my favorite up until then. But Mario also influenced other characters. There would be no this guy likely without Mario. Sega needed their own Mario character, Mario-like character, mascot character, and that's why they went to work and figured out through some design work and trial and error, and they came up with good old Sonic. So he influenced an entirely different series and many other series too, because everybody was trying to make a mascot character, especially during the Super Nintendo days. So, and on past that, on into the GameCube, pretty much. The likes of Crash Bandicoot, these guys probably wouldn't exist had it not been for Nintendo creating this mascot character, which everybody said, oh, we got to have a mascot character too. So he influenced that. But one of my favorite influences from Mario is, or just Nintendo on another company, is Rareware. Rareware was an okay, game company before Nintendo and an okay game company after Nintendo. But when they were collaborating with Nintendo, when they were under Nintendo, they made some of the greatest games of all time. And especially during the N64, they started, basically mimicking what Nintendo was doing. So you had Mario Kart 64, and then from Rare, you got Diddy Kong Racing, which many people consider to be better. I still like Mario 64 better, but I can understand why people like Diddy Kong Racing better. And then you have stuff like Star Fox, which spawned Jet Force Gemini, no doubt about it. Obviously, there's differences in it, but it being a space shooter with kind of chibi-ish characters, I'm sure that series. Again, I don't have hard evidence. I'm sure that series was influenced by Star Fox, and on Nintendo 64, like I said, you had the Blueprint Super Mario 64. This is the Japanese version. I prefer this one because I'm sure I've shown you before, but I think it's pronounced Shindo. This is the Shindo version, which is Rumble. So this is basically this is the DLC. They had it back then. This was a different version, only released in Japan, that added Rumble. And I wish the North American version either got the revision or got Rumble in time, but it didn't. So, but yeah, that was the blueprint. And for Rare, they put out this game, which is Banjo Kazooie, and this is clearly their take on Super Mario 64 and the ideas in the world of Super Mario 64. There's no doubt about it. So there would be no Banjo Kazooie without Super Mario 64. That game was supposed to be a completely different game, starring a completely different character. And that game was, that it was going to be before Saber. I forgot what it's called. Was a kind of, not homage, but it was kind of a take on Zelda. So clearly Nintendo influenced Rare in many ways, especially with Mario. Mario spawned Banjo-Kazooie. Zelda spawned Dinosaur Planet, which became Star Fox Adventures. So that's a whole nother story. But here is my N64 third-party memory card with my Mario sticker. I remember pulling this bad boy out from one of the magazines and sticking it on here. So yeah, great memories. But yeah, so Mario, like I said, Mario's just spawned other characters, but he also spawned, like I said, hardware. And so when hardware is created, they think, okay, let's build this around a Mario game. What is our Mario game for this hardware going to be? And for the N64, the controller was built around Mario 64. So he influenced this controller. So Mario influenced one of my favorite controllers ever. I love this controller. I will go to, I will down a hill for this controller. A lot of people don't like it. In hindsight, I think, and maybe at the time as well, some people didn't like it. But I love the fact that, you could, however you wanted to hold it. If you're playing a 2D game, you hold, on the outside. But if you're playing a 3D game, you hold on the inside here. Oh, not that side. You'd hold it like this and be able to access these C buttons. And the C buttons would work like, arrow buttons on a keyboard. I love that. And you look around. This would be your mouse. And that's how I play GoldenEye, It's the best control option. But Mario 64 influenced this controller in many ways. And it's one of my favorites on my favorite console of all time. And I remember getting this in the mail. I'm showing you this because Mario's on it. But I remember getting this in the mail and being super excited about September 29th, the launch of the N64. I was there, certainly day one. I remember the anger for a lot of people that didn't get it. You think it's bad now. Back in these days, people were just crazy, especially for the new Nintendo console. But yeah, this is the VHS you got in the mail for subscribing to Nintendo Power, that wonderful magazine, and it's still in pristine condition. I looked at it a couple times, and that was good enough. Actually, I looked at this one a lot in anticipation for it, but it wasn't too far before the launch. I think I got this in either July or August, and it was close with the August edition, I think. And you can see the sticker on there. Didn't quite put it on there. I had a mind to take it off and put it back on correctly, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna mess it up. And you can see it's still nice and shiny, pristine. So yeah, 4820 150th Avenue, Northeast Redmond, Washington. I think that's still where they are in Washington. So I messed that up, but yeah, there's a nice banana-colored N64 in the back. I was just so excited for this thing. I watched it. There's not a lot on here. If you look at the tape, there's probably like a 10-minute tape or something. But it was enough to get me super excited for the N64 and Mario 64. But Mario continued on. He had other systems and other kind of games. Mario Kart Double Dash is a huge fan favorite. This one has the bonus disc with the playable demos. I don't know if it's in here. No. But yeah, Mario Double Dash. A lot of people want this mechanic to come back, so I understand that. Then you had Super Smash Brothers. Well, actually, came out on N64. This is the second one, Melee. But obviously, it being called Super Smash Brothers, it's influenced by Mario, Super Mario Brothers, Super Smash Brothers. It helped to get attention. People are like, "What is that?" And they put Mario front and center, even though he's not the best character by far in the game. But obviously a great series, and we continue on with Toadstool Tour. I think I like this one better than Mario Golf 64, basically. They just improved everything in this. The graphics are beautiful. Everything is just so much better in this one. And then almost pretty much everybody's favorite Paper Mario game, A Thousand Year Door. It was probably the pinnacle of Paper Mario. So it still had the RPG elements, obviously, and the humor and many different NPCs and many different characters to interact with. Great stuff. And then you have on the Wii. I mean, I'm skipping over. I'm just trying to get through the games I quickly pulled out at the time. Super Mario Galaxy. I remember seeing the title screen for this and that beautiful 60 frames per second. It's just like, oh, the Wii is actually a lot more powerful than I thought. It looks, really nice, looked really clean. It looked like a next gen game, and I wasn't sure that the Wii could pull those kind of visuals off. And this looks fantastic even to this day. But you obviously have the HD version that came in this Super Mario 3D All Stars, which is something I'll probably never open. Because I prefer to play these games on the original hardware because I love the Wii Remote when it comes to the Wii. I love the N64 controller when it comes to Mario 64. And there's another game on here called Super Mario Sunshine. So 2 really great games in Super Mario Sunshine. I got a video coming soon about Mario Sunshine, my issues with it. Still a really good Mario game. Not my favorite. Obviously, it's my least favorite 3D Mario game, full show. But you also got, I thought I had more, but I guess not. You have the Mario Maker series, and Mario just went on to do plenty of different things. He did basketball, he did tennis, he had the Mario Tennis games, going back to the Game Boy, was it Game Boy Advance, or was it original Game Boy? I think it was Game Boy Color Mario Tennis started on. And so Mario branched out and did a bunch of other stuff outside of his adventure games. And he continues on, still the most influential, still the mascot, the face of Nintendo. He's like Mickey Mouse to Disney. He's still that character. I think he's a stronger, character than Mickey Mouse is to Disney at this point, what he is to Nintendo. And there was one point, I think, in the either late 80s or early 90s when Mario was more recognizable by children than Mickey Mouse was. And that might be still the case. It might have changed, but I think, at this point, it might be the case again because Mickey Mouse is not as big or popular. He's not as out front. With Disney stuff outside of the theme parks and whatnot. So Mario is a fantastic character, perfect design philosophy. I love the fact that his big nose bore out of the fact that, and his big nose and his mustache came because of a limitation. The regular Nintendo and NES couldn't handle a detailed sprite. So to make him stand out, they gave him a big nose and they put a little mustache, so you can see his face, and that's why he has it. That's just great. Actually, going back to not NES, but going back to just Donkey Kong. So, great. He'll always be a plumber in my mind. I know Nintendo today doesn't really consider him a plumber anymore. But he still travels through pipes, he still has that. So he'll always be a plumber to me. That's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to say here. Pretty much said my piece on Mario. We're now past Mario Day. But I was glad that I was able to get this video out and started on Mario Day to celebrate my favorite game character of all time, the greatest video game character of all time. and most influential of all time, Mario. So hope you guys enjoyed this. You know, Mario's 35th again wasn't the greatest, but like I said, his 30th was great. I think Mario Maker, the original one for Wii U, came out. You got the cool amiibos. There was celebratory stuff like posters and whatnot, and pins and whatnot that was happening. So fantastic. So Storm Trooper of Doom said they need to make another Mario Strikers. Yes, they do. Nintendo needs to make a lot, but they certainly need to make another Mario Strikers and Mario Baseball too. I am surprised there is no Mario Baseball. I can understand why not on the Wii U, but I can't understand on the Switch. 4 years in, no Mario Baseball. That's insane to me. So, come on, Nintendo, get on it. He's the greatest character of all time, so he needs his games. You know, he needs all of his games. But yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Big up to my man Mario, being 35. Well, starting with his games. Like I said, he originally started. Well, is he 35? I guess the 35th anniversary of Super Mario. But you know, Mario Brothers was a little bit before that. So, and the character in Donkey Kong was so. But yeah, Nintendo, don't forget Donkey Kong is his 40th. We're getting a 3D Donkey Kong game this fall, right? Yeah, you're right. But anyway, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching and listening. And I will see you fools next time. Peace out. Mario, hee hee, I got it. And awkward transition.